I mean, I also want to quickly cover about differences between TikTok ads, Facebook ads, and YouTube ads. So fundamentally, I think, like I say, it's really because of the platform fragmentation and the user behavior shift. It's inevitable that we need to start paying attention to platforms right now instead of just Facebook and Instagram. Because over the years, as a Facebook advertising coach, since so many people only pay attention to Facebook advertising and Instagram advertising, and they kind of largely ignore other things because yeah, back then Facebook did really well, as in like getting us a lot of good results. But then again, because a lot of things change. One thing is because their damn policy changed a lot. Right? I still have a lot of clients having their account disabled and not able to get it back yet. So that's one thing. I think in a way this platform is getting a little bit more arrogant. They have a lot of more rules right now. It's a little bit difficult to capture right now. The second thing is the cost is always on the rise. All right, because more advertisers are jumping into the marketplace. So the costs are gonna be like forced to rise as well. So this is part of the reason. But then I think in order to understand the differences between these three platforms, I guess when it comes to TikTok ads, you have to always understand TikTok ads is very similar to TV commercials. So in order to be on TikTok, right, I think the number one prerequisite in order to capture attention is to actually first be relevant. Don't beat around the bush, and you have to be able to capture attention in the first 3 seconds. If not, everything's going to be down the drain. So basically, it's very important for you to learn how to call the audience and express and deliver the key message in the first 3 to 5 seconds. And another thing is you don't want to try to sell on platform itself, because to be frank, unless you have a TikTok shop and you are doing your TikTok affiliate or something, if not, TikTok is really not a place for you to sell, especially if you are doing something like, let's say, for example, like a Facebook ads training and selling something a little bit more complex. It's not really good to sell on TikTok, but rather you want to actually, what do we call, capture their attention and bring them, to the next step, which is whether it's a website, a Facebook page, Instagram account, or a YouTube channel, so that you can actually nurture them. So it's very important for you to understand the implications of TikTok ads. Whereas when it comes to Facebook ads, we all know how it works, right? It's about going out. It's like very similar to distributing flyers, because people spend relatively a lot of time on Facebook, well, on Instagram as well, because they are there to consume different set of information. So one thing good about Facebook advertising is you have a lot of placement options, and your ad can appear in multiple formats. So that gives you a different kind of exposure, whether people are browsing the stories, the feed, and stuff like that, you get to have your exposure. So it's the same thing. Of course, when it comes to Facebook ads, you have more choices of so-called creatives and placements mentioned. So you can actually do different things. But nonetheless, I think it's very important for us to always come back to the very basic so-called fundamental, which is, you have to understand what makes a good Facebook ads campaign, right? It has to be able to send the right message to the right people to get them to take the right action. So these three things has to come together. So when it comes to Facebook advertising, it has got its own complexity, but nonetheless, the moment you master it, it should work for you. Now, the last part is the the YouTube advertising. Now, in my opinion, YouTube advertising is another ball game, which is quite interesting if you know how to use it right. Like, I always like to give example. One of the tools that I use is I actually only run my ads to people who are searching for certain keywords on Google. Say, for example, if you search for keywords like, Facebook ads analytics, or how to analyze Facebook ads, you come back to YouTube, you'll start seeing my videos floating to you, because that's how I'm able to target highly relevant and intended audience on on YouTube, because YouTube and Google, they work together. They're, under one company, and then it gives a lot of data sharing in between. So the other part that I'm actually doing right now is I'm able to run my ads on topics, on videos that are very similar or relevant to my topic. So let's say, for example, if you search for how to analyze Facebook ads, you see one video, you click on it. Before that video plays, you will probably see my video play first. So because it's very similar topic, almost identical, you will watch my video. That's why the watch rate for my videos are really, really high. And the click-through rate for these videos are also really, really high. So that's how we can actually play with this kind of advertising strategy. So basically, that's how you can actually take some consideration in terms of like how the differences between TikTok ads, Facebook ads, and YouTube ads. But then, nonetheless, I say when it comes to omni-channel advertising, it's very important for us to master all. So, for those who are new, I want to quickly bring this up again. Just launched my TikTok ads workshop. So basically, this is the 2 days workshop that I'm gonna work with you, walk you through on how to use TikTok ads, tools and features, and set up everything from scratch. And on the day 2, we're gonna talk about how do we actually build cross, what do we call omni-channel digital advertising strategy to really build a different journey for our audience in a more meaningful way.